Hello beaders, my name is Jana. Today I'm gonna make a ring for you that is not so big but very elegant. For that you will need some pearls, whatever color you like. These are 4mm pearls. I'm gonna use 10. I have some 4mm bicone Swarovskis here. These total of 12 bicones here. I'm gonna use some silver seed beads, size 11O. These are Miyuki seed beads, but it's okay if you don't have Miyuki seed beads. You can use whatever seed beads you want. And I got black Miyuki seed beads here also. And these are just regular glass beads, nothing special about them. But you can of course use round beads, whatever you like. I'm gonna use these for the ring band to show you that although I do like to make my ring bands with the ladder stitch, that there's also other ways to make a ring band. I also am gonna use nylon for this. This ring will be made with just one thread. I know the last ring that I made that in two parts, one with fireline and one with nylon. But because this ring will not be done with the ladder stitch, I'm going to use nylon for the ring band also, so we can make a ring that is just one thread all the way around. I'm going to use the 0.2mm nylon, and I'm going to start off with taking an arm span wide of this off there. And I'm going to put 3 pearls on there. 1, 2, 3. And the fourth one, I am going to cross my threads in this fourth pearl. There. Now I'm gonna pick both sides of the thread and just pull that one pearl all the way down, so that's in the middle. Now these 4 pearls are in the middle of both threads. I just take this one a little bit aside. I'm gonna start with the pearls first. So, as I done that, I'm gonna take my right thread, put a pearl on there, then my left thread, put a pearl on there, and then the next pearl, I'm gonna cross my threads in there again. Okay, so if you didn't get that the first time, my thumb goes underneath the thread. I'm gonna hold that tight. I'm gonna pull that thread over my finger and hold it with my middle finger, and then I'm going to push that other thread in there. And when I pull that out, I got that right there where I want it. And now we got 2. So I'm going to do that one more time. 1 pearl on the right thread, 1 pearl on the left thread, and I'm going to cross in 1 more pearl. So there we got it. Now, the next step is to pick up a seed bead. In this case, I'm going to take the silver seed bead on the right thread and a bicone on the right thread. Silver seed bead on the left thread. Bicone on the left thread. And now I'm going to take up the black seed bead and I'm going to cross my threads in the black seed bead and just do this, and always be careful your threads don't get entangled. I'm going to take another bicone and a silver seed bead on the right thread, a bicone on the left thread, a seed bead on the left thread, and I'm going to pull that. Now, these threads need to cross right in here. Let me show that with my needle. These threads have to cross right in here. And it's going to be hard to do with your fingers. If you want, you can use a needle. As long as my needle is in there, I might as well put my thread in there. And pull that through. That's one. You can try with your fingers. See if that works. If you can get it through. If not, just use the needle. There we go. Depends on how big your hole is, I guess. There. So we got that all set up. The first 4 are on there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back through this seed bead. We're going to go up. So your right thread goes up that silver seed bead right there. And your left thread is going up through the other seed bead on the other side. Watch out you don't go through the bicone also. And once that's arranged, we're going to do what we already did on this side, but now we're going to skip the first seed beads because they're already here. So that's a bicone on the right side, bicone on the left side, cross with a black seed bead, and cross that, bicone on the right side again with a silver seed bead, and a bicone on the right side also with a silver seed bead. And now the thread needs to go through this pearl. As long as my needle is in there, I might as well just kind of see if I can get my thread in there. Make things easier for myself. Push that through. That's one. Now the other one also needs to go in there. And if that just doesn't work right away, just push your needle in there. Thread. And there we go. There, that's 2. One more time. Right thread goes up the silver seed bead. Left thread goes up the other silver seed bead. we are. Now we're going to do just one more time. Bicone right, bicone left, cross with a black seed bead, bicone, silver seed bead on the right side, and bicone, silver seed bead on the left side. And now we're going to cross that in this last pearl. There. This is actually the part of the ring that will come here. So we're going to make the ring band now. Take 2 silver seed beads on the right side, two silver seed beads on the left side, and now I'm going to cross them in a glass bead. And that's it. We're going to do that until the ring band is long enough for your ring. So I'm going to take another 2 seed beads, silver. Just do that left and right. And then we're going to cross it in the glass bead again. Okay, so here's how I see if my ring band is long enough. Put my finger on there like that, right there, and then I go around and I check if that nearly fits. It does. So I'm going to do 2 more seed beads on the right side and 2 more seed beads on the left side of the thread. And now both threads need to go through this pearl right here. And if that is too difficult to get done, you can use your needle and turn it around and put that in there. Watch out you don't go into the seed beads, just the pearl for now. And then just pull. There. Now let's see if that indeed fits, or if that's maybe too big after all. Nope, that fits. Looks pretty, huh? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my thread, put that on my needle, and these are just simple needles. They are beading needles, but I get them, they're very cheap. I get them like 5 different sizes in a pack. Some longer, some shorter, some got bigger needle eyes, some got smaller eyes. And I just, whatever works, basically, if you need a needle. I'm going through, I got the right thread coming out of the pearl, and I'm going to go through the 2 seed beads, and I'm going to pull that thread out, and I'm going to take a black seed bead, and I'm going into the next 2 seed beads, and I'm going to go all the way to the end, putting a black seed bead in between all my silver sets of 2 seed beads. So here we go. Okay, I've reached the last one on the right side. I'm going into the pearl, just a pearl, watch out for the seed beads. Turn that around a bit. And I'm going into this pearl on the side, that's the first one. And then I'm going into, let me turn it on the back, show you on the back. I'm going into this pearl. And this is where it's gonna stay for now. And take my needle off the thread, and I'm gonna do the other side. And when I have reached the end, I'm going into this pearl, and the pearl on the left side, right here. And this is what I call my meetup place. This is where both threads meet each other. So I'm going to tie 2 knots on top of each other. 1, 2, and I think the hole's big enough for a 3rd one, so I'm going to do a 3rd knot 2. I'm going to tie that up, and then my needle is going into the middle pearl, and I'm going to pull that knot into that middle pearl. 1, 2, 3, pop. You can feel it pop, you can hear it pop, but mostly of all you can feel it. Now what I'm going to do, because it's very important for me that I don't cut or pull my knot out again, is I'm going to take my needle, stick it through, get that thread away from my knot, get that in there, pick up the other thread and get that in there, and then when all is well in the world, which I believe it is, I can cut off my threads here without having to worry about cutting through my knot. And there we have it. One ring. Styleful, elegant, nice, with a pretty ring band, simple to make and quickly done.